Hello guys, welcome to another video here under the Web Fundamentals series. We're currently under the introduction to web hacking, and today we'll be treating the IDOR vulnerability room. And without further ado, let's jump onto it. So IDOR, learn how to find and exploit IDOR vulnerabilities in a web application, giving you access to data that you shouldn't have. Task 1, what is an IDOR? In this room, you're going to learn what an IDOR vulnerability is, what they look like, how to find them, and the practical task exploiting a real case scenario. Okay, what is an IDOR? IDOR stands for Insecure Direct Object Reference and is a type of vulnerability or is a type of access control vulnerability. Now, this type of vulnerability can occur when a web server receives user-supplied input to retrieve objects. These objects could be files, data, documents. Too much trust has been placed on the input data, and it is not validated on the server side to confirm the requested object belongs to the user requesting it. So what is an IDOR? What does IDOR stand for? This is direct object reference, and then direct the first thing here, insecure insecure direct object reference. Secondly, let's head on to task 2. I'm gonna click this. It might take a while, I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Imagine you've just signed up for an online service and you want to change your profile information, and the link you click on goes to this particular website, and the online service THM profile user ID equals to 1305, and you can see your information. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you try changing the user ID value to 1000 instead. Now, the particular web address where you now change the user ID equals to 1000, and to your surprise, you can now see another user's information. You've now discovered an IDOR vulnerability. Ideally, there should be a check on the website to confirm that the user information belongs to the user logged requesting it. Okay, now using what you've learned above, click on the view site button and try and receive a flag by discovering and exploiting an IDOR vulnerability. Okay, so check through the emails below and try and identify an URL that looks like it could potentially be vulnerable to an IDOR attack, and click on it. So shipping at online store.thm. I don't think we could use this. Your order number is this. The website doesn't give an option for this. Orders, I think this might be, because we have a number here, so we can actually possibly exploit it. Let's check the third one. Might possibly not be able to do this one. Lastly, no one. So I think the second one. So if we click on this, I think we'll be able to exploit this by changing this to, let's see, try changing the URL below to 1000. Now you can view your order confirmation, which contains your details. Try changing the URL below to view the order to 1000. So I just change that, hit enter, and you can see IDOR found. So we got a flag. Copy this, paste, and there we go. Task 3, encoded IDs. Now, when passing data from page to page, either by post data, query strings, or cookies, web developers will often first take the raw data and encode it. Now, encoding ensures that the receiving web server will be able to understand the contents. Encoding changes binary data into an ASCII string, commonly using the undercase, A to Z, uppercase A to Z, 0 to 9, and the equals to a character for padding. Now, the most common encoding technique on the web is base 64 encoding, and can usually be pretty easy to spot. You can use the website, the base64decode.org, to decode the string, then edit the data and encode it again using the same website, but this time encode.org, decode and encode, and then resubmit the web request to see if there is a change in the request. Now see the image below as a graphical example of this process. Let me see the picture. So we have this is the encoded string, decode, we got ID equals to 30, tamper with it, put it to 10, encode it back, and you see there's a difference between it, submit, and then you already hacked that. Okay, now what is a common type of encoding used by websites? Is the base 64, I believe. Is that what they need us to put? Base 64? Correct. Task 4. Finding IDORs in hashed IDs. Hashed IDs are a little bit more complicated to deal with than encoded ones, but they may follow a predictable pattern, such as being the hashed version of the integer value. For example, the ID number 123 would become this string if MD5 hashing were used. If MD5 hashing were in use. Now, it's worthwhile putting any discovered hashes through a web service such as crackstation.net, which has a database of billions of hash to value results. Now, to see if we can find any matches. Now, what is the common algorithm used for hashing IDs? And that should be MD5, I believe. Great. So let's head on to task 5, unpredictable IDs. If the ID cannot be detected using the above methods, an excellent method of IDOR detection is to create 2 accounts and swap the ID numbers between them. If you can view the other user's content using the ID number while still being logged in with a different account, or not logged in at all, you've found a valid IDOR vulnerability. What is the minimum number of accounts that you need to create to check IDORs between accounts? And that's 2. Submit that and correct. Task 6. Where are they located? The vulnerable endpoints you are targeting may not always be something you see in the address bar. It could be content your browser loads in via an AJAX request, or something that you find referenced in a JavaScript file. Sometimes endpoints could have an unreferenced parameter that may have been of some use during development and got pushed to production. For example, you may notice a call to /user details displaying your user information authenticated through your session, but through an attack known as parameter mining, you discover a parameter called user_ID that you can use to display other users information. For example, user details, then user ID equals to 123. Read the above. We've done that. Complete that. And let's head on to the last task here, which is a practical IDOR example. We're going to start this machine. I would have started it a long time ago, so let's just start that and wait. Begin by pressing the start machine button. Once started, click the below link and open it in a new browser. So I'm waiting for that to, once it's 46 seconds, it would be ready. So let's just go on. First, you will need to log in. To do this, click on the customer section and create an account. So we're going to create an account. Once logged in, click on your account tab. Now your account section gives you the ability to change your information, such as username, email address, and password. You notice the username and email fields pre-filled in your information. Okay, we're still waiting. Now we'll start by investigating how this information gets pre-filled. If you open your browser developers tool, select the network tab and then refresh the page, you see a call to an endpoint with the path /API/v1/customer and then ID equals to the user ID. Now this page returns in JSON format your user ID. Now username and email address as well. We can see from the path that the user information shown is taken from the query strings ID parameter. See below image. So let's quickly, I think it's ready. Let's open that website in a new tab. So it's taking time to load. Let me zoom that in a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight with create customer and then create a new sign up here. Username, I'm just going to create hacker, and over here email address, I'm going to use hacker. I think I've used a couple here, so I'm just going to use hacker@hacker.com. Password, I'm going to use A112233 and do that same thing, 112233, and then sign up. Okay, don't save. A quick at your account section. So this is the section we're talking about. Then we're going to go to our developers tool. The shortcut is Ctrl+Shift+I, and it takes me right here to my developer section. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we could see that. So now I'm going to network and I'm going to reload. So when I reload, you're going to see that particular options here. You see this part where we can see customer ID equals to 15. Let's go back to what we need to see. So the query string ID parameter will be shown below under this JSON format, as you can see here. Okay, all right. Now you can try testing this ID parameter for an IDOR vulnerability by changing the ID to another user's ID. Try selecting users with IDs 1 and 3 and then answer the following question. Let's write on here. I'm just going to double click this so it will take me to a new page for a JSON page here. So ID 15, this is the normal one, hacker.com. This is the account we created. But if you look here on the tab here, it looks like I can't be able to change that to from 15 to 1. Hit enter, and I have an information of a different user, ID 1 Adam 84, and the email address. So let's answer the question below. You say, what is the username for user ID 1? And we have that as Adam 84. So I'll copy that and I'm going to paste it. Hit enter. And then what is the email address for user ID 3? So for user ID 3, I'm just going to come into this address bar, just change that to 3, and it puts up this to give me this option here. So the email address is j@fakemail.thm. Copy that, and I'm going to paste this here. Pasted that, I will just hit submit, and that answers that question. So we just completed the room for the IDOR vulnerability. Thank you for studying with me. Thank you for learning with me. I'll see you guys in the next room for file inclusion, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Ciao.